Hey, yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk, a Patreon exclusive. Thanks for your guys. Thanks for all of your support, specifically you Patreon supporters. I do appreciate that hugely. So this is an exclusive for you guys. I'm here on my TL1 LPC American Tier 8 medium tank, one of the better premium medium tanks in the game at this point. Current flavor of the month, but we're not here to talk about the TL-1. We are here to talk about creativity and aggression and how you can use that to change a kind of a meta fight or a standard fight, or realizing that the situation you're in requires a little creativity and you need to change the fight. You'll hear me say that a lot. We'll get into just a second, because I'm going to use my speed, relative anyway, to the rest of the tanks on the board to come right here and look for that free shot on maybe this guy here. And I will give myself a nice little advantage on him of 273 hit points. So I'm on this corner. This is the heavy brawling area. I do like to take mediums here because of their quick reload, and they're really able to be annoying with their maneuver and DPM. So that Chrysler comes in, takes a peek. I see a 3A, so I really don't want to walk out in front of him. But you'll get to these situations sometimes, and so here we are. And I'm looking at this, even at this point in the game, and I'm thinking, oh boy, they got a lot of guys here. Now, we have some following up, but it's a lot of beef. There's a lot of armor. Guys are side scraping. They're not interested in coming around the corner. And if we want to try to make something happen, we've got to try to make it happen. The IS-3A takes a shot. And I'm thinking, well, I'll just come out here and I'll get myself a shot on this IS-3A. And then whack, whack, all of a sudden, I'm on my back heel because I was a little too over-aggressive right there, which makes me then start thinking about, well, I want to be aggressive, but I've got to get creative. I can't poke that corner. I shouldn't have poked that corner to begin with. And I'm looking at what they have and what we have, and I'm looking how our team is playing, and it is very passive. Everyone's on their back foot here. The Marbreaker does come up and does his side-scraping thing. But we're a little bit outgunned, and then the Tiger II is about dead. And this is going south. It's going south pretty quickly. Now, I know a lot about these maps, and I do know that this spot is right here. We do have the Tiger II, and we've got the IS-3 working there, and there's an ISU way in the back. And I figure I can get a little creative about how we fight this. Let's change this fight. So I'm going to come up here. The T-69 is really the only guy that kind of notices what's going on here. Just sneak one into the Chrysler K. He actually gets a shot on me, but look at this. The IS-3 has followed up. Taken the advantage, the opportunity right there, and I just pop up and I take out the T-69. Now the Chrysler K notices what's going on, but he can't fight both of us very well. So he's having a bit of a hard time. Unfortunately, I can't shoot through that. And all of a sudden, we've turned what was turning into a bit of a stagnant scrum with a little bit of aggression and creativity, and I've changed this entire fight right here. The guy followed me up. All of a sudden, this guy has no idea where he's being hit from, or he's just too busy fighting that direction. Probably would have been pretty easy if he'd have put his gun up on me. I get a little stuck, a little too far, and now I'm going to have to come downhill, get in behind this guy. He doesn't really know I'm here yet. He does now. He realizes it. I was like, holy cow, I need to turn around. Very slow turret. The AMX sneaks one in on me. Nothing I can do about that. And down he goes, and the AMX runs away. And now we have basically turned what was looking to be a losing to slightly losing to losing proposition with just a little creativity and aggression. So sometimes you get to a position in the fight or the match where you just have to change what's going on because what you're doing isn't working. The enemy team has you locked down. It's more of a stagnant fight, but you can see that things are starting to slip away. And what you want to do in that case is get creative with the position you're in. And it's easier to do with a more mobile tank, but a lot of times just a very small positional change or a different side scrape or coming at them from a slightly different angle makes all the difference in the world. And we're able to basically break open this entire game by taking out their forces down there and not being attrited any more than we were. Because that was really looking like it was starting to go bad for us there. And we've got the CDC down there. I'm trying to see if I can sneak a shot on him. I'm down to a one shot. And one of the things about doing what I did there is you will often suffer some hits for it. And you will find on occasion that you will be a little over aggressive. But that's the learning process. You have to find out where you can do things like that. Now, I know that position's there. I don't always go to it because I also know that it can be easily countered. But sometimes you've got to make that bold play. And from what I was seeing on the enemy team and how passively they were playing the corner, I figured I could probably get up in there and not have too much trouble working in there and surviving. You see the T-69 actually took a pop at me and was able to get a shot in there. And I end up with 2,715 damage, 2 kills, and a relatively easy win right there. So next time you're playing and you get to that position that you always go to, and the fight starts to develop, and you're looking at it and going, well, we're starting to lose here. Ask yourself, what can I do to change the fight? Can I make a slight change in my position? Is there a part of this map that is a little bit higher risk, higher reward, and I think I can get to it and make a difference right here? As opposed to just sitting there, side-scraping yourself to death and eventually losing the battle of attrition. Why not be a little aggressive and a little creative and try to figure out a way to leverage an advantage in that position and maybe drag kicking and screaming your passive buddies up into the win? So there you go. Patreon exclusive and an exclusive. Again, like I said, I appreciate you guys. I would tell you that there's ways to support me down in the description, but you already know that. You know that well. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think down below, and we will see ya.